It's finally here. You can now relax by the water, cast a line, and reel in everything from junk to living legends. So, whether you're wondering how to get started or looking to maximize your haul of rare fish and loot, this guide will walk you through everything you need to know about fishing. So let's get started. To get started with fishing, track the new side quest in your Pip-Boy called Casting Off. This will instruct you to head to the mire and listen to the Linda Lee shortwave signal, which will instruct you to head to the new location, Fisherman's Rest, and speak with the strange new NPCs, the fisherman and Captain Raymond Clark. This quest walks you through the fishing basics and unlocks the ability to start fishing anywhere it's allowed. Once you've completed the quest, you'll also unlock the ability to craft the treats needed to feed a very large, very unusual crab named Linda Lee. You'll also gain access to a new daily quest that you can run every day for rewards, which we'll get into later. Fisherman's Rest is home to some interesting characters, like Captain Raymond Clark, as mentioned earlier, who is the main guy you'll be dealing with. He gives you the quest to get started fishing, and once that's done, he'll offer you a daily quest and sell you common bait. There's also a strange character simply known as the Fisherman. He's quiet, mysterious, and honestly, he looks like someone tried to turn a Mirelurk King into a human. He also sells common bait if you're in a pinch. And then we have Linda Lee. She's a massive hermit crab who lives inside the captain's boat. She doesn't talk, but she has an appetite for cooked fish. Once you catch some fish, you can cook them up and toss treats into her trough. In exchange, Linda Lee rewards you with legendary gear, including weapons, armor, and power armor pieces, so be sure to feed her lots of yummy treats. Once you finish the initial fishing quest, you'll unlock a daily called Big Fish in a Small Pond. This task sends you out to catch 7 fish, usually in a specific location, or under a specific weather condition. It's fun and rewards you with 500 XP, caps, and a couple of legendary script, and a few common goodies like ammo, weapons, and aid items. There's also a chance to get fishing rod mods and learn new plants. You can also earn 1 to 10 pieces of common bait and up to 5 pieces of improved bait. It's a solid little daily worth knocking out. There's also a brand new set of fishing challenges to reel in. These challenges track things like the number of fish you've caught, how many rare species you've landed, or even which regions you've caught fish in. Completing them unlocks some really cool rewards, with some of them exclusive to these challenges. Rewards include unique camp furniture, player titles, caps, and more. So if you're a collector, a decorator, or just like checking off boxes, be sure to check out the challenges tab while you're fishing. Now, let's talk about mechanics. When you approach a valid body of water that's deep enough for fishing, you'll see a prompt to fish. If that prompt doesn't appear, then either the water is too shallow or fishing just isn't allowed in that spot. You can also toggle between bait types before you cast your line. Once you're in a fishable spot, interact with the water, and then you will be able to cast your line. After your line hits the water, keep your eyes on the bobber. When it sinks below the surface, it's time to reel it in. At that point, a mini-game pops up that shows you a circular radar with your fish on the edge. The fish slowly swims toward the center, and your job is to keep it inside a small moving slice of the circle. If the fish slips out of that slice, the line breaks and you lose both your bait and your catch. But if you keep the fish inside the slice long enough, you'll reel it in and see what you caught. Then you're free to bait your hook and cast again. As mentioned, you can fish in pretty much any body of water that's at least about waist deep. That includes lakes, ponds, rivers, and yes, even gross toxic sludge pools. This is Fallout after all. There are tons of ponds scattered through Appalachia, so get out there and explore to find your favorite spot. A lot of players are even building their camps near their favorite fishing spots. And that's because of one big factor, the weather, which we'll get into later. After you complete the first quest, your fishing rod is automatically added to your inventory. You won't see it in your regular weapon list though. To view or modify your rod, head to a Tinker's Workbench and select the Modify option. That's where you can customize your rod with different reels, bobbers, hooks, or rod types. You get a Mark 1 reel from completing the Casting Off quest. This adds extra rotation speed to your fishing minigame, so you can keep the fish on the line more easily. Be sure to keep upgrading your fishing rod so that you can more easily reel in challenging catches. Each part affects different aspects, like how fast you can reel in a fish, how wide your capture zone is during the minigame, and more. You can even unlock and apply skins to personalize your setup. Different mods are better suited for different fishing goals, so feel free to experiment and find what works best for you. There are 3 different types of bait in the game. The most basic is common bait. This type is easy to get and works for most fish, but you'll also end up catching junk or more generic fish when using this bait. Improved bait is the next step up. It still lets you catch most fish, but it filters out the junk, which saves time and resources. Then there's superb bait. This one's much harder to find, but the payoff is huge. It gives you significantly better odds of catching the rarest fish and completely removes both junk items and common fish from the loot pool. If you're hunting for that axolotl or just looking to maximize your rewards, superb bait is what you want. There's a few ways you can get bait. Common bait is obtainable from Captain Clark and from the fishermen at Fisherman's Rest. Improved bait can be rewarded from the daily fishing quest or from some public events. There's also currently a free improved bait in the Atomic Shop, and they may add bait to their rotation of daily free items, so keep an eye out. Superb bait is the most scarce, and currently can only be obtained from the Season Pass. I'm sure more options will become available in the future though. There are 6 varieties of catchable fish, but you may also reel in junk from time to time. Also, some fish are native to certain areas of the map, so if you aren't having any luck catching a fish you are looking for, it might be a good idea to check out a spot in a different biome. Working our way from general to rare catches, we have junk, generic, common, uncommon, glowing, living legends, and axolotls. Axolotls are the rarest and most sought after fish, as there are 12 variants total, and you can only catch one specific kind per month, with each month offering a different axolotl, meaning it takes a full year to collect them all, so keep that in mind when you're out on the water. There are 7 tiers of fish in the game, and what you catch depends on your bait type, the weather, and a little bit of luck. Here's a chart that further breaks down all the chances, and I'll post it in my Discord so you can save a copy. Essentially, if you're using common bait on a clear day, your odds of catching something rare are very low. But if you use superb bait during radiation weather, like a rad storm or nuke zone, your odds of catching a local legend or even the axolotl are at their highest. Remember, there is only one variant of axolotl that appears each month, so do your best to collect them all. Weather plays a huge role in what kinds of fish you can catch. Clear weather is the most basic and doesn't improve your odds of catching rare fish. Rainy conditions, on the other hand, offer a better chance of catching rare fish. You can get rain effects using weather stations like thunderstorm, snow, or snow aurora. But if you want the best odds of catching the rarest fish, like the elusive axolotl, you'll need to fish during radiation-heavy weather. These conditions can be created with stations like Nuke Zone, Mothman, Radstorm, or the Skyline Valley Station. These weather effects give you the highest chances of landing top-tier catches. Alright, so after you've caught some fish, you have a few options. First, you can cook them into meals that gives you various buffs and benefits. You'll get a recipe to cook grilled fish from completing the mission Casting Off. And there are other recipes you can unlock from completing other fishing challenges. Something to note is that caught fish do not have a condition meter, meaning that they do not spoil. However, once you cook them, they will spoil just as all cooked food does in your inventory. Second, you can use them to craft treats for Linda Lee. Feeding her these treats is how you earn legendary rewards, and honestly, it's one of the more fun and weird interactions in the game right now. Finally, you can earn rewards that will allow you to display your fish. So far, I know of a wall display for caught fish that can be earned by completing the daily Big Fish in a Small Pond, and other challenges related to fishing, and I'm sure there will be more to come. And that's the full breakdown of fishing. It's relaxing and rewarding. If you found this guide helpful, give it a like and be sure to subscribe. Also, don't forget to join my Discord and channel, and check out my socials below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the wasteland.